Yeah, I mean, when I started at CEC, I didn't know much about NSCA because I had come to the industry from a different industry, and obviously I'd been to a lot of industry events in the other industry, and everybody said, hey, you got to go to BLC, you got to go to BLC, and I wasn't sure, coming in, you just had a lot of stuff kind of going on, but they encouraged me, hey, apply for this and go and got the Randy Vaughan scholarship, and going there, first of all, meeting everybody, as part of that kind of introduction piece with the other Randy Vaughan folks as well too. I mean, that was really good because I got to see and engage with other people that, hey, this was their first time at BLC, or maybe they were newer to the industry as well too. And so started making connections kind of right away from that. But I just remember going through that first BLC, and it was so business focused, which, all the other industry events that I'd been to, like I was just very focused on, that specific industry, or it was focused on, more manufacturer type things. And I was just super impressed with all the business ideas that you walk away from that first one. And that really got me hooked on the NSCA. And throughout my time at CEC, continued to be engaged, from that first BLC session. I got on several panels for Pivot to Profit and, some webinars, in between there. And that really is what got me exposure to more in the industry. And it's what allowed me really to see that, hey, there's a need for us to help, even outside of the organization that I was with. And so really that first BLC, that first scholarship with Randy Vaughan got me introduced to the idea that, hey, I could help other integrators with what I'm doing. And that's really where Revenueify kind of came from, was the fact that I went to that first BLC. So it definitely had an impact on my career. Like I said, the first time going to BLC, getting exposure to different business resources. Again, not just industry, but understanding different areas to help both the business that I was in and the business that I am now. So I think that had a major impact there. But more beyond that, it was just the connections, like being able to connect with other like-minded people or other people that were in my situation. It gave me kind of a Rolodex of people that I could call when I had issues. And so I think more than anything, the connections that I made there and being able to call people as I had challenges, I think that really helped my career long term. I'd say is it isn't your normal conference. It isn't your normal trade show. It is focused on helping you as a business person in the industry get better. And so I'd say just dedicate the time. Be okay with taking that week and going, because you're going to walk away with a lot of things. And again, if you could walk away with just one, it makes that week really going, making it worthwhile. I think right now, like, you look at the industry and there's a lot of people that have been in the industry a long time. And there's obviously this next generation of people that are starting to come up, and there's a lot of times where they might not be able to go to some of these conferences just because of cost and time and being away. But I think it really helps with those next generation leaders, again, whether it's XBO, BLC, the other ones that we talked about. Like, investing in future leaders in the organization is just so critical right now to keep that going and to keep us relevant. And so I think it helps with those next generation leaders. That's huge. Yeah, I mean, it is very impactful. And I know it's not inexpensive, and it takes time to be able to keep those programs going, but it has such a big impact on future leaders. And, myself included, again, I'm here now probably because of that sponsorship and doing what I'm doing right now. And I'd hate for something like that to go away and potentially somebody else like myself not be in this position in the future because that wasn't available. So I'd say keep doing. I know it's hard. I know it's, requires some investment, but it has a major impact on developing future leaders. If it wasn't for the NSCA, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be probably in the organization that I'm at right now. I mean, it was the encouragement of Chuck Wilson. He was obviously been a mentor for a long time, obviously thanking him, but NSCA in general, that first BLC and then engaging me after that, it's been life-changing for me because of that. So.